Welcome, one and all, to the latest installment of SoulsBorne Battle to the Death. We're going to pick two random SoulsBorne bosses, and then they will put on women's clothing, like in the movie Pretty Woman. Just different kinds of clothing over and over and over again in a montage. And then we will have a panel of judges judge the montage, and then whoever gets the highest score will be the winner. We're doing things a little bit differently this week on SoulsBorne Battle to the Death. So, yeah, that's what I came up with. I hope everyone likes it. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I'm scratching the bottom of the barrel here. All right. Two SoulsBorne bosses in a battle to the death. And the first competitor in the ring is Chaos Witch Quelaag from Dark Souls 1. Is this her first appearance on Battle to the Death? I think it might be. I don't have the list nearby like I usually do, but I believe this is her first appearance in SoulsBorne Battle to the Death. I remember quite a few tries at trying to get past her. She's kind of a pain in the ass. Not a major pain in the ass, but enough of one that, I have some memories of it, so I guess that's something. Yeah, she's a force to be reckoned with, I think. Sometimes. I mean, what can I say? But definitely a cool boss design, though, I think. Definitely a very cool boss design. And I'm not saying that because she's naked. I'm saying it because, I don't know, it's a cool boss design with a spider. It looks pretty good, I think. That is just my opinion, though. Yeah. And a little bit different, too. Like I said, I don't think we've landed on her before, so. Yeah. Chaos Witch Quelaag in SoulsBorne Battle to the Death. We are going to take this wheel for another spin. And we are going to determine the opponent for Chaos Witch Quelaag in the female clothes trying on contest. Actually, it doesn't have to be female, I guess. They can put on whatever clothes they want. But the point is there has to be a montage. And the judges have to judge the montage, like in Pretty Woman. I mean, there was no judges judging them. You know what I mean. Forget it. There's a montage like in Pretty Woman, and the judges have to judge it. That's all there is to it. All right. Chaos Witch Quelaag in one corner, and in the other corner we have the Amygdala. This is now like the third time we've landed on the Amygdala. Although, that one time it didn't count, and then chaos ensued. Chaos ensued. That was on SoulsBorne Battle to the Death 41, if you want to go check that out. Chaos Witch Quelaag against the Amygdala. That is certainly an interesting fight, if nothing else. So, yeah. Interesting to be sure. Alright. We need to go to the contractually obligated bios, and let's have a look at Chaos Witch Quelaag. So, Chaos Witch Quelaag is one of the daughters of the Witch of Izalith, and is also one of those that did not escape from the chaotic flame and was thus corrupted by it. Because of the exposure to this chaotic flame, Quelaag and her sister mutated into spider-like creatures with their upper bodies attached to it. Not sure how the lottery works for such things. Do some people get turned into spiders and other people get turned into mice? I don't know how such things work. Quelaag is the fair lady's older sister, and Quelaag and I assume one of her other sisters. This description is not very clear over here, but they stationed outside the demon ruins in Blighttown in order to breed demon insects to enlarge the demon army by offering humanities to the fair lady. The great upstanding people of Blighttown held the two witches in very high regard, and they gladly accepted becoming the hosts of the Fair Lady's eggs. But unfortunately, the pregnancies weakened and blinded Quelaag's sister, and Quelaag then became her guardian and the primary hunter. So, since the sister could not hunt for herself, Quelaag began hunting for her in order to take care of her. So, when you, as the chosen undead, come along, Quelaag smiles to herself, trying to think of how many humanities that she can steal from you. Quelaag is no joke. I do remember, I think I said before, spending a significant amount of time on her when I played Dark Souls. She is not a boss to be trifled with, that's for sure. And like I said, a very cool boss design, I think. But yeah, Quelaag is certainly an interesting foe and a welcome addition to SoulsBorne Battles to the Death. The Amygdala are considered great ones in the world of Bloodborne. And I suppose if I lived in a world where there were giant invisible creatures that could be lurking about anywhere, and they had many dozens of eyes and all these legs that had hands on the ends of them, I would probably call them great too, lest they get a hold of me and crush my body like a bug. You can tell how great they are considered because there are statues of them virtually, well, I don't want to say everywhere, but in the Cathedral Ward and in Yorgul Unseen Village, statues of them are visible, they're revered. Once again, I can't blame them. Patches the Spider is apparently the most devoted to the Amygdala, and he is usually making sacrifices to them in the name of his god. Through the use of the Tonsil Stone, he is luring people over there into the Nightmare Frontier for the Amygdala. So, that's generally Patch's devotion to them. That's what he does. Although when you kill him, Patches really doesn't seem to give a shit. So that gives you insight. No pun intended. Insight into Patch's loyalty, which, you know, spans across all Soulsborne games. That's basically how loyal he is. Yeah, he's loyal to you until he's not. So, tells you all you need to know about Patches. There's really not much more on the Amygdala. One of them finds their way into the Nightmare Frontier in an area called Amygdala's Chamber, which, not sure how that name came about, but that's basically where you fight in Amygdala. And like I said, they are creatures with multiple eyes and multiple legs / arms. They do a lot of sweeping attacks. They're a very tough enemy, and certainly not a creature I would want to mess with. As I stated in her bio, Quelaag is certainly not a boss to be trifled with, and certainly not one to be taken lightly. But let's be honest here, the Amygdala is one of the great ones after all, and I don't see any scenario where Chaos Witch Quelaag can best the Amygdala. Quelaag could certainly do some damage. I believe that. I believe Quelaag could hold her own for a while, but she could do some damage, but it would not be nearly enough damage in order to best the Amygdala. So I think I don't think I'm generating a whole lot of controversy to say that the Amygdala would walk away the victor in this fight, but that is just my opinion. Feel free to leave yours in the comments. And that will bring this edition of Soulsborne Battle to the Death to a close. RobertBlytherBooks.com. If you're interested in the War of a Dragon series, you can read the first 3 chapters of each book there for free. If you'd like to hear more about them, the Rise of Dragons podcast, wherever you find your favorite podcasts. My Linktree, my Instagram, my Twitter are all Bobby's World 2110. In the Elden Ring No Crimson Flask run, episode 2 just went up this past week. And we're still exploring oh my god, I can't talk. we're still exploring Limgrave, but not without its hiccups. Things don't go terribly smoothly, and I attacked someone I thought was an enemy. Let's just say that much. So you may or may not want to check that out. And that is on Mondays at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then on Wednesdays 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. As always, you can come back here for another edition of SoulsBorne Battle to the Death. So leave a like, subscribe, notifications, and all that junk. I love you guys. I appreciate your love and support as always. I hope you have an outstanding week. I hope 2025 has been amazing for you so far. It's been pretty good for me. I can't complain too much. So, yeah. I hope life is good for all you guys out there. Be well, stay safe, and as always, it's Bobby's World, and you're all just living in it. See you alive, y'all. Bye. What's going on, guys? Thank you for checking out the video today, but I got a question for you. Did you know I wrote a book? Did you know I wrote 3 books? Did you know that they're all part of the same series? The Roar of a Dragon, The Treachery of a Weasel, and The Cry of a Raven. ReadersFavorite.com says that its intensity rivals that of the Game of Thrones series. Now, I personally think that's crazy, but it's not for me to judge. It's for you to judge. Go to RobertBlanchardBooks.com and you can check out the books right now. But wait, that's not all. All 3 books got 5-star reviews in ReadersFavorite.com. These books won the Silver Medal in the Literary Titan Awards. The Cry of a Raven won Silver at the Global eBook Awards. So what are you waiting for? Read about Aiden's dream to become a Knight of Delmar. Read about his death and resurrection. Oops, I gave that away, didn't I? And read about his journey back home from 3,000 years in the future to stop the evil that started in Delmar. Go to RobertBlanchardBooks.com. You can read the first 3 chapters of each book there for free. And then, if you're interested, you can buy the books there as well. And if you've already read the books or you just want to hear more about them, you can check out the Rise of Dragons podcast. You can listen to it wherever you listen to your favorite podcast, and in every episode I cover a character from the book, an event from the book, my journey into writing, and everything in between. Ripley, what do you got to say about all this?
Give me a treat or I will end you.
You know she's telling you to check out the books. Go to RobertBlanchardBooks.com to check out the books, or listen to the Rise of Dragons podcast if you want to hear about them. That's all I got to say, and thank you for watching this video.